He has a substance use disorder and medically fragile. He needs an early hearing date to accept his incarceration instead of probation. So at this point in time, it seems like your client is requesting that we go into custody.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I think you want to be held in
I
contempt.
don't know why everybody has a problem with me, man. I don't understand this.
Well, when you say this is bullshit on the record.
I didn't say this. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm not saying another word. You obviously have an attitude with me personally for some reason. I don't know what it is.
You should stop talking.
The court will call the case of the state of Michigan versus Rodney Cheek, case number 19S00562.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Nadia Carey, on behalf of Mr. Rodney Cheek. Mr. Cheek, will you state your name for the record, please?
Rodney Cheek.
All right, thank you. All right, we're here for what appears to be the first review after sentencing so he was sentenced on July 20th. On August the 14th, the defendant made contact with the probation department and said that he was sick, homeless, and the conditions of his probation were too much for him. He wrote a letter on August 18th to me indicating that he has a substance use disorder and medically fragile, and he needs an early hearing date to accept his incarceration instead of probation. So apparently he is not following the terms of his probation. So is this technically a formal violation at this time, Ms. Stroud?
I did not file a formal violation at this time. I do plan to do so, though, if we need to move forward in a different way.
All right, thank you. So at this point in time, it seems like your client is requesting that we go into custody, that he goes into custody instead.
Your Honor, I did take a look at that letter that was submitted by my client. I think the court is a little aware of Mr. Cheek's health conditions. He indicates to us that he has attempted to enter Don Farms. He also attempted to enter Lighthouse, and both of those facilities denied him admission into their program because of his extensive health issues. We asked that he get us a letter to that effect. We have not received that letter to present it to the court. This is always a difficult, situation, because obviously what I want for my client is different than what he wants for himself. He just simply feels that he will not be able to manage the requirements and manage his health. And the alternative is for him to be placed in custody. I don't know if that is the best option. I don't know if he's going to get the help that he needs there. I really don't know, Your Honor. Yep, Your Honor. So Mr. Cheeks he basically states that he does not see it to be foreseeable for him to stay consistent and compliant with probation, and he indicates that he should be able to get the medical treatment that he needs to continue to sustain him while he's in jail. And
Ms. McDuffie?
We have been here for, I think, quite some time trying to get this Cheek sentence and trying to get him not just compliant, but I hope that he understands that none of us want this for him. And I think that everybody present has been trying to keep him out of jail because of his health condition. As bad as things are, I think it's difficult. I think we said before, jail is not going to help him. But I know that the last time he was here, or one of the last times he was here, I think the court mentioned that he was going to have to do something because probation was not going to work if we continue to have violations. It seems like at this point, I hate to say it, but we have had an issue with testing, and the core of why Mr. Cheek is here is the underlying substance abuse problem. It's unfortunate that it seems like jail is the only place where we can guarantee that he's not using and can get treatment. I sincerely hope and pray that he was able to receive, and I believe that he will. I think that our jail is a good one. And in terms of being able to attend to the medical needs of the inmates there, I hope he's able to get dialysis and everything else that he requires for this condition. But it's just a really sad day when we're at this point and there's nothing left for us to do. And even Mr. Cheek himself has just resigned himself to being in custody.
Do we have a report regarding his recent testing?
I can print one out for you, Your Honor. I don't believe they sent me a progress report, but I can print his missed test report.
Has he been testing lately?
He has not appeared for
He
testing at all.
failed to appear for testing?
They said I don't have a test till I come to court. While I went down to jail, I went to go report. They said I haven't reported until I go to court. That's why I start reporting, which was today.
So that no one's told you that you're supposed
She
to.
told me that we're here, probation place over here. She told me that. I said,
Probation agent.
I went up there, I went to the probation place to report, and they were like, oh, you don't have to report. You report to 7.
She's talking about testing at community corrections.
Yes, I went to the test. They said I have to test till I go to court. She told me that. Wow.
Anything else you want to say today, sir? Has he completed an assessment at Don Farm?
I did intake. I did intake.
So I'm not sure if it would be considered as an assessment, Judge. He says that he completed the intake to see if he would be allowed for inpatient, and they came back with a response that he would not be able to be inpatient there because they wouldn't be able to accommodate. And that's the letter that we haven't received from him yet.
They said that.
Has he attended has he begun attending any of the open 12-step meetings?
No.
Oh, ma'am.
All right, sir, I'm gonna arraign you on a violation of probation. You failed to drug and alcohol test as was ordered by this court on July 20th, at which time you were supposed to test 3 times per month. You also failed to attend any of your open step meetings.
I said, so when I first got out, when I went to jail and got out, I was going to report the next
Sir,
day.
I ordered you to take those tests 3 times per month. Has he been reporting to you monthly?
He has not submitted any monthly report forms. We did speak on the phone that one time that's referenced in the report. I believe it was the 14th.
All right, so here's where we are. He's being arraigned today on failing to test at community corrections and failing to do his open step meetings. I don't believe we have 90 days from non-reports to be able to do a non-technical violation. So we don't have that yet. So technically, he's still he could get 5 days in jail on these particular charges and not the full 90. He can tell me today that he is not going to complete his probation, and I can send him to jail today, if that is what he is indicating on the record here. So if he's telling me he's not going to do his probation and he's going to go to jail, I can do it that way, but otherwise I don't have a basis to send him to jail for 93 days. So does he want a hearing on failing to test and failing to do his open step meeting?
So,
Failing to test open step. Or does he want to just indicate on the record that he is not going to complete his probation and he wants to do his jail time? It would actually be, he has 93 days total. He would get credit for the 9 days he's done already.
Your Honor, Mr. Cheek, so in regards to the violation, Your Honor, Mr. Cheek will be pleading guilty to the violation. However, he does have a different position now. I know obviously when he entered this court today, his position was to allow him to do the jail time and close out this matter, but we would be petitioning and appealing to the court to reconsider or not hold him to those particular statements initially. His biggest concern is just that he feels that if he can't get into treatment, then he doesn't have the capacity to stay compliant on his own. I told him that We would definitely talk with probation. We can call some other facilities and see if there's anyone that would be able to meet his medical needs and allow him to complete inpatient. But I think he feels defeated just knowing that if he can't get into inpatient, then he's gonna violate eventually.
I understand that concern, a valid concern. I think that we need to work with him to try to get him into a treatment program that will take someone that has his medical needs. I know it's very challenging. There are some extensive needs. All we can do is do the best we can to try to find them. At this point, I'm not gonna take the plea on either. If he doesn't want to go to jail today, Mr. Cheeks, if you tell me you want to go to jail, I can accommodate that. So you need to try to figure this out and work with us to get it figured out. You understand that part?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna hold these failure to test and the open 12-step meetings under advisement. I'm gonna bring you back in 30 days on October the 12th, 2023 at 11 o'clock a.m. I think you usually come in person because that's the best way for you to get on the device, right?
Yes.
And I don't know, Ms. Straub, are you able to work with him to see if we can try to find a place? I know that he's saying Don Fern won't take him.
I can try to search for a place that would accept his medical diagnosis.
I don't know. There was a place right inside of Ohio that took someone who had some medical concerns from the recovery court. I don't know if they might take him as well. It wasn't that far in Ohio, just wasn't here local. So if you would work with, I'm trying to remember, I can't say it out loud even if I could, but I'm trying to remember his name, remind me to talk to you about that one later, okay? I'll see you back here.
Yes.
I'll see you back here on October the 12th at 11 a.m., sir. Okay? All right,
Thank you.
you're welcome. You're all set, sir. Have a good day.
State of Michigan versus Dennis Duff, case number 23-00246.
Assistant Public Defender Dodgy Lee on behalf of Mr. Duff. Mr. Duff, can you please state your name?
Dennis Edward Duff. Sorry about that.
Thank you. We're supposed to be here for sentencing today, but Mr. Duff failed to keep an appointment with the probation department.
I believe it was an appointment for a substance use assessment, Your Honor.
That is correct.
Can I say something, please? I was told to get a hold of probation for a pre-sentence, and I did, and they told me they would send me a packet to fill out, and they never did. I tried to call my attorney, but I couldn't get a hold of him either, so it was like nobody wants to listen to what I have to say here. I don't know what to do. I would have gladly took care of what I'm trying to take care of everything I can. I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, was the pre-sentence?
So on July the 26th. No, that's not it.
I called probation. They told me they would send me a packet to fill
Sir,
out.
I heard you when you said that the first time.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to. No, I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna pass this to see if the email was sent to you, Mr. Duff. We keep copies when we send those emails. If the email was sent to you, then I'll address that when I get back.
I'm not sure what that meant. I'm sorry.
You're sure what I just said, which was I'm gonna address it when I get back, when I see if there's an email.
Okay. Okay. I guess.
Take the take some time while it's being passed. Mr. Duff also has a new violation report for retesting, so I don't know if we need to discuss that as well.
Have you spoken to Mr. Duff about his violation report, Mr. Duff?
I have not, Your Honor.
All right. Well, that
He hasn't spoken to me at all.
Mr. Duff also needs to. I'm sorry. It's what?
I'm sorry. These flies, I got mosquitoes buzzing all around my neck. I'm sorry. I wasn't talking to the court, ma'am.
I'm gonna pass this so that you can talk to him, Mr. LeBeau. Your client is probably gonna need to come in person next time because this is not working as he just said.
I didn't say that. Okay. All right.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I did search through my email. It looks like I don't personally have an email that was sent directly to the defendant, but I have the referral that was sent to the assessor and to a PD list server.
Then I never received.
Sir, please stop talking.
Okay. I'm sorry, ma'am.
If he did not receive it, then he can't fill it out still. So that's what my concern is, whether or not he actually received it. So,
I can check with our coordinator to see if there's a packet with that information in it.
all right, thank you. Mr. LeBeau, we're gonna put you in the room so you can talk to him about his violation in the interim time period.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I did just check my email and I do not have a assessment sent to Mr. Duff.
Bullshit. Can't take this.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I think you want to be held in
I don't
contempt.
know why everybody has a problem with me, man. I don't understand this.
Well, when you say this is bullshit on the record.
I didn't say this. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm not saying another word.
Well, maybe you should have heeded that advice before you said those words.
Okay. You obviously have an attitude with me personally for some reason. I don't know what
Mr.
it is.
Duff, you should stop talking.
The courtroom, he needs, his next appearance will be in person.
Yeah.
That's all right. Right. Not that my packet didn't come, but everything I'm saying is true. Goodness. So that's the next.
All right, the court will recall the case of the state of Michigan versus Dennis Duff, case number 23-00246.
This is about Defendant Requests for Mr. Duff. Mr. Duff, could you please restart your video and state your name, sir? Mr. Duff.
I'm trying to see. Am I on now? Can you
please
hear?
start your video?
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
I'm sorry. I'm very new at this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying. I'm sorry.
All right, as to the violation of your bond conditions, sir, it alleges here that you failed to test on, well, I'm going to start with the ones that started in August. You failed a test on August 7th, August 14th, August 25th, and August 30th. You are entitled to have a hearing in these matters, at which time, if it is found that you violate the terms of your bond, you can have your bond revoked.
Don't understand. Ma'am, can I first say that I'm sorry about what happened earlier? My mind is, I'm just not all here right now. And I meant no disrespect to you or the prosecutor or anybody in the courtroom for that matter. And I do apologize for that. And as for the violations, Your Honor, when I got found guilty, I thought that when you told me to contact the probation, I thought that was over with, or I would have continued it. Honest to God, I would have. I have no problem dropping. I drop every week. But that's just my case on that. I thought that once you told me to get a hold of the probation department, I thought I was done with that. And I don't know. Like I said, I'm not all there in my head.
Your Honor, just to be clear, will we be pleading guilty to the bond violation with that explanation that Mr. Duff provided?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn, sir. You swear or affirm the testimony about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may lower your hand, sir. Is the testimony you provided me earlier that you did miss the test under the presumption that you no longer had the test after you pled guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I find that there's a knowing and willing admission to the violation. Are you satisfied, Ms. McDuffie?
Likewise, Your Honor.
Thank you. As far as his sentencing is concerned, and as far as him missing the getting the assessment done, the information I have received is that he was sent a packet to the address there on Wooddale through the mail. It was sent out on August the 4th. And the reality is apparently it was sent through the mail. We cannot prove that it ever arrived.
Ma'am, I swear I received no package. If it come through the mail, I mean, sure, I could lie to you, but I mean, that's just not me these days. I wouldn't lie to you. I didn't get a package.
As I was saying,
I'm sorry.
our mail system is not as reliable as it once was. We cannot prove that he actually received a copy of his documentation through the mail. So I will accept his statement that he didn't get the package in the mail. My concern with Mr. Duff is I'm not sure what's going on with him, why he can't stop talking and won't be quiet on this particular hearing date. I don't think we've had these issues in the past, so I'm not sure what's going on with him. We have had the same issue. Okay.
I'll address fine when we're done, if I can run.
He, my concern with him today is that and his attitude and his talking and presuming that we don't understand what he's saying when we can clearly hear him. I'm not sure what is going on with him today, but it is clearly a problem. Ms. McDuffie, if you could respond, one, to the bond violation, and then two, to anything else you want to say.
Thank you, Your Honor. All of this will sum that up. So, Your Honor, Mr. Duff, we have seen this before from Mr. Duff. And here's the thing. I appreciate his apology and him acknowledging that he is not right now. I know that something is wrong with Mr. Duff. Mr. Duff has been unstable. He's unstable now. He's been unstable every time we've seen him, actually. And I'm concerned about him. Because when we saw him and he was arranging his previous failure test, he indicated that he was in a methadone clinic and he was willing to sign a release of information or do whatever he needed to do so that we got results, but I don't think that went anywhere. And so there's a lot going on and wrong with him. And I can't, I don't know exactly what, like the court said, but this is familiar to me. And I'm concerned about his ability to not only be successful on probation, but just to be okay in life at this point. With respect to bond, he didn't address that issue before when he failed the test with getting any results from any program he might be in. And now he said he's under the impression that he didn't even have to test anymore at all because his probation was starting. Of course, that's not the case, but we need to know right away what is going on with any substances Mr. Duff might be on so that we know what we're even potentially dealing with, at least on that level. That doesn't address any mental health or other concerns, but Mr. Duff clearly needs some intervention and some help. So I just wanted to ask if we could have him test within the next 24, even 48 hours for everything that can be tested for, so we can establish some sort of, I don't even think we have a baseline. I'm not sure. Well, he did report at some point because we have a couple, I think, THC positive. He just had some long stretches where he didn't report, but I think that would be a good idea for him to test as soon as possible. At Mr. Duff.
Can I say something?
Mr. Duff.
Can I say
Mr. Duff, please.
Never mind. I was going to say something. I'm sorry.
You don't have a chance to, Mr. Duff, but this is part of what we're talking about right now is we got some impulse control problems and you got to learn how to hold on.
I understand. I'm sorry.
So that's that, Your Honor, with respect to bond. And with everything else going on, I'm not sure what else we can do because, like I said, Mr. Duff, Mr. Probation itself, that may address those issues, but we haven't gotten there yet with any programming for him.
Thank you. Mr. LeBeau, is there anything you want to say before I let your client speak, who's anxious to say something?
Your Honor, so I did discuss in the break room with Mr. Duff both his miscomprehension of his testing requirements as well as statements in court, and he did indeed apologize to the court. I do believe he's going through a tough time today. He seems to be quite emotional today. He's telling me he's had a long string of encounters with the legal system that leaves him with some stress when he appears in court. And he does, I believe, sincerely regret his comments earlier. We'd have no objection to a requirement for Mr. Duff to test within the next 24 hours.
All right. What about Mr. Duff being able to speak right now?
I would advise Mr. Duff not to speak. That is his right, of course, but I would advise Mr. Duff not to speak.
Mr. Duff, your attorney is advising you not to speak at this time.
I guess I'll do what I'm told.
All right, I'm gonna schedule this for sentencing again. I'm gonna put it on October the 9th, or you need to test within 24 hours, and you need to continue the testing. The next missed test, and I will issue a bench warrant.
Yeah.
October the 19th, 2023.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
I said, okay, ma'am.
at 10 a.m. That will be your sentencing. Contact probation again today. I'm asking that probation send you a packet to an email address. Do you have an email address you can give them?
No, ma'am, I don't. That's just it. That's why I was hoping it would come through the mail so I could actually. Is there any way I could go to the probation department and pick it up myself?
Yes, I'll ask them to leave it at the front desk at the criminal department for you to pick up.
Is that at 14B?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'll do that, man. Sorry.
That's in person on 19th, right?
It is in person.
They have provided Mr. Duff with correct contact information for the public defender's office.
All right, thank you. All right, I'll see you on October the 19th at 10 a.m., Mr. Duff.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Will you hand me my screen box?
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
I have no patience for that. And trust me, out of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs the grant.